that's a good convention. I'm working on getting the technology. I would love to be at the convention that weekend and do my show live from there and interview a couple of folks. So
it would be a good start.
Yeah, I just need internet connection where I can take a laptop, plug it in, and get on Skype, and I'll be good to go.
I'll make sure you're done. Yeah.
Wouldn't they have Wi-Fi?
My wife's laptop does. I have a desktop. I'm old-fashioned. I have too many external DVD drives and stuff like that because I'm speaking of TV shows. I used to be on a TV show called Ghostbird. It's only aired locally on our little TV station here in LaGrange, and then the production company that's working on it is covers all different kinds of ghost hunting groups in the southeast. And matter of fact, he called me the other day, want me to go to Sloss Furnace with him.
Yeah.
Next month. So I don't know if I'll get to go or not, but we'll see. I think Jamie's got a question for you.
Okay.
I see on the website that you do crop circle formations, and a lot of people always hear about the formations in the UK, and I know there are quite a few here in the United States that we really don't hear about. I found this out by having Jeff Wilson on. Have you actually visited any circles here in the U.S.?
Yes, in fact, it was 2003, the fall of 2003. There was one that appeared in a soybean field in Peebles, Ohio, and that's between where I live and Cincinnati. And then there was another one the following month that appeared in Bainbridge, Ohio, which is between here and Hillsboro, which is on the way to Cincinnati as well. And both of them appeared directly across the road from Serpent Mounds, Indian burial grounds, earthworks. They all appeared within the same proximity. And they had intricate designs, one of which, the very first one in Peebles, was very intricate. It seemed to be almost like an eye mixed with a beetle, with an arrow at the top of it, close to 200 feet in diameter all around. And I went to that site the day of hearing about it and was escorted off the property by local authorities and people in a white van. And then I tried to return to the site a month later just to take some surveying and just to try to get a feel of the energy that was there, and was quickly escorted off the property once again, this time by what appeared to be a state trooper or a sheriff's deputy. However, he was not wearing a name badge, did not have a gun, and his uniform did not appear to fit him properly. He looked way too large for the uniform, so I was thinking maybe it was someone impersonating an officer. He basically stood there and looked at me like Schwarzenegger from the first Terminator. It was a little unnerving. So I got in my vehicle, drove away, and as I'm driving off, I'm looking in my rearview mirror, and he walks directly into the soybean field, which the crop itself is only knee-high, and he completely disappears at that point. And there were no cars anywhere. I don't even know how the guy got there. There were no cars, no helicopters overhead, and he just appeared out of nowhere and then disappeared in the same fashion.
Strange.
And the crop formation in Bainbridge, that one we walked the entire area. The soil appeared to be ashen in its form. It had metallic fragments in it. And I have fillings in my teeth because I ate way too much candy as a kid.
Yes, yes.
And by doing that, it actually reacted magnetically to the fillings in my teeth and gave me a severe dull ache in my jaw and my head from the magnetic properties on the formation.
Did it have all the signs of an authentic circle? I mean, I've never really looked at a soybean. Do they have the same type of nodes and interweaving that a traditional crop circle would have?
Well, the interesting thing about this, it had the weaving, almost like whatever beings did it were Amish, because it was woven like a basket almost, like perfect. But the crop itself was not bent or broken. It was swollen and hunched over, almost as if it had been microwaved. An extremely high level of heat caused it to swell, expand, and just plump over.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've got another sponsor or another advertiser in our show now. We have to take 4 commercial breaks. I was just letting Jamie know it's about time to take one. So
I was reading your mind right before you even typed it.
We'll be right back with more of Neal Parks in just a moment.
All right, we're clear.
Okay.
All right. Whew.
So is it boring or?
Almost forgot about it. Sir,
Yes.
you asked a question.
Oh, I was saying. So is it boring so far? Or am I keeping it lively?
No. It's crop circles have always fascinated me, but after those guys in England said, "Hey, we're doing it," and they showed how they did it, I just never really thought much more about crop
No,
circles.
you got to look into it. I did a show with Patty Greer. I actually used that show as my demo because it was so good.
Mm-hmm.
There are, you can tell signs from true crop circles and the stuff that people make. The difference is so obvious when you look at it.
Yeah,
And
that's
what to look for, you can tell. I really think crop circles are real. They'll know what creates them.
that's why.
Message.
That's why I call them formations. Circles, it has too much of a negative stigma to it. Circle, any idiot can make that with a 2x4, but it's not going to be a perfect 360-degree angle either unless you're about 90 feet tall. That's the only way you can get it evenly proportioned. Formation in itself is geometric in its pattern. It's complete and total mathematic equation.
Yeah, and some of them designs in the UK are just insane. And, even some of the formulas, they've even put formulas down that we yet to understand, so.
Yeah, there is a device that they've been feeding through a computer program created by this German engineer. You can take these patterns, take a photograph or scan something and to resemble the pattern and feed it through this, and it breaks it down through basic megapixels. It breaks it down in squares and circles and ones and zeros, and it finds basically recipes, codes, Bible codes, anything mathematical, music notes. It breaks it all down and shows fragments of that.
I got a song that's starting right now to come back, but it's a minute long, so if you got to pee, run.
Yeah, I'm good. I just knew it's been about 2 or 3 minutes, so.
Yeah, we're coming back right now.
All right.
You can do the welcome back, as always.
Good. And we're back with Neal Parks of Parks Paranormal Research and Investigation in Ohio, and we were talking during the break about crop circles, and they were educating me because I'm not big into, I'm just a ghost hunter who's trying to learn all this other stuff. And I was, telling them, Neal and Jamie, that, once they showed those guys in England saying, "Hey, we faked it," I just sort of went, "Oh, okay," and I never really paid much attention to crop circles after that, but they were educating me on how you can tell the difference. So why don't we go over that again so people will know?
What I was saying was I hate the phrase crop circles because it has such a negative stigma to it. Crop formations is what I call them because any idiot with a 2x4 could make a circle in the field. The only problem is it's not perfect 360-degree angle. It's going to be off the overall symmetric of it. Now, a formation in itself is geometric in its pattern. It's a complete and total mathematical design. It takes an incredibly sharp mind to do it. And there's an engineer from Germany who created a program, a software program, and he feeds these patterns, makes copies of them, feeds these patterns through this computer, and analyzes it and discovers codes, Bible codes, even recipes, musical notes, and sometimes bizarre anecdotes, almost like cures for illness, in these patterns. So it is trying to send us a message, but just from whom I do not know.
There's some other interesting stuff, Myron. We sent out a couple, I don't know what you would call them, capsules of